What would it be like to have little Richard, Jerry Lee Lewis, Gene Vincent, Bo Diddley? We needed a backup band for Gene Vincent.
Anywhere. We had zero money.
So Shep wanted to get as much money as possible, so he got us to book them on the show as Alice Cooper, and then to pay them again to be the backup band for Gene Vincent.
Totally unknown band. And they said, okay. So off we went.
Later, tickets were not big here. And that's when we got the Doors.
The rest of Jim. Indecent exposure, indecent language. That was the first night of a tour. And we had at least 10 or 15 dates after that. Every one of them canceled. But luckily, we got to do the Toronto show.
The publicity around the Doors in Miami and the felony charges, that did not translate into ticket sales in Toronto. Investors were saying, we're out. Cancel everything. The deal's off. And it just came out of nowhere. All of a sudden, the show's going to be canceled. This is a disaster. Stop it now. Here's what you need to do. You need to call John Lennon tomorrow at Apple and invite he and Yoko to be the MC.
So somebody rang us up and said, there's a big show on, do you fancy coming? I thought, okay, we'll go.
White and me trying to play bass in an aeroplane. No amplifier. Very, very difficult.
We're on the way to Canada to play at a rock and roll concert, and no one actually knows what we're going to play. They had to make the playlist on the plane.
Now, we didn't know what to play because we never played together before. On the airplane, we're running through these oldies with electric guitars.
They just grabbed the guitars, we went down the back of the plane, and I was playing on the seat.
And Alan was hitting on the head. When you sit there and you play and you hear John, he's a fantastic rhythm guitar player. And then Yoko was going to do her thing. And then she came down the aisle of the plane and said, can we do my song now? And John got up and said, let's go and have a cup of tea. So, no rehearsal with Yoko. He kept it really away from us. He just wanted us to be surprised.
The old guys, when they hit that stage, they brought it like it's the last show you're ever going to do.
These great bands kept coming out.
Here's one we done pretty good with. I got a woman mean as she can be. Oh, I got a woman mean as she can be. I'm a devil, I can get almost me. I ain't bragging, but understood and I do what you want, Mary.
The first time I saw him that whole day, he came walking over to the side of the stage with his guitar. I hadn't even talked to him before that point. And he walks up, doesn't even look at the band, and goes, ole! 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 And he said, peace! 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 Oh, how beautiful, how beautiful. Just no more further to do, let's go on with a little of this stuff.
He didn't tell us what key he was in or anything, you know.
One of my band members said, what key is it, baby? What are we playing? I said, I don't know yet.
All you heard was, oh, give me some of that rock and roll music. Gotta be
songs that I had never played before. And it was like the roller coaster ride was about ready to begin, and we didn't know what was coming next. I just was hanging on, like petrified, what's going to happen next. I'm looking around at Hebe and the other guys going, they're all looking at me like I'm supposed to know what's going on. And then all of a sudden I got it. He looks at me and he goes, and at that point in time he realized that, hey man, these little kids, because we're 18, they can play.
Besides the fact that he was duck walking all over the place, he was just really on that night. I'm so lucky to have seen that show, I think, And it was one of the best rock shows I've ever seen.
Woman Love, all those songs, that would be a privilege for us. Toronto Rock and Roll Revival, that show in particular was what launched us. They gave us the Willy Wonka golden ticket. Now we had to back it up with music. And that's really what started Alice becoming this personified villain. There was no villain in rock and roll. There was all these Peter Pans and no Captain Hook. And I went, well, I'll gladly be Captain Hook. I love the villain part.
Alice Cooper, ladies and gentlemen. Alice Cooper, a group of the future. Alice Cooper.
Thank you. That moment lighted the path for the next 25 years of the career. So the Doors are over here, and John and Yoko's over here, and they're like, yeah! They're seeing this as art. It was truly art.
The music was, the feathers are flying in the COT.
Thank you. Are you having a good time? Let it all hang out. Let all the women folks say, woo! Let all the men say, oh! Oh, my soul. Good golly, Miss Marley!
Little Richard just tore it up. I remember he did the last couple of songs standing on the piano. I was standing with Jim and he goes, we got to follow that. So
He goes out on stage and says, well, when they come out here, I want everybody to get your matches and lighters out, and let's give them an incredible
Long-lit candles or lights up, and it was really beautiful, and the vibes were fantastic.
This is very quickly, John has a very nervous disposition.
There you have John Lennon, the member of the Beatles, going out there for the first time, playing by himself. He's the frontman.
Okay, we're just going to do numbers that we know, we've never played together before. This is what we came for, really. And now, it's give peace a chance, so sing along with it.
Yeah, let's sing.
I've forgotten all those bits in between, but I know the chorus, so. I'm Spy Flight Beer. Everybody talking about baggers and draggers and baggers, baggers and this, that.
Everything was revolutionary. Everything about that generation was upsetting the system. Toronto Rock and Roll Revival just happened to be right in the pivotal crosshairs of that.
Now Yoko's gonna do her thing all over.
I just said, look, at the end, leave your guitars and the amps and let it keep howling. That means you can't very well go to dream like the Beatles and bow at the end of screaming.
Let those amps pull out. So it sounded like a 707 about to take off. It was such a fantastic ending.
Festival gave John Lennon a completely new lease of life. This is my future. The Beatles is yesterday. He was a new man with a new band, and I think he loved Toronto for that. And I think Toronto loved John.
I told Alan I was leaving. I told Eric Clapton and Klaus that I was leaving them. I announced it to myself and to the people around me. So
when rock and roll first came on the scene, and for me it was a very liberating experience, because it burst open whole new strange catacombs of wisdom that I couldn't remember and I didn't know about, and I couldn't see any equivalent for in my surroundings.
That was the whole reason for the concert, was to give them their due. They were the true beginners.
And that's why for me this evening it's been really a great honor to perform on the same stage with so many illustrious musical geniuses.